Assalamu alaikum. I'm Bisma AI Wali from AI Teachers Training Institute, Baswell. Today we discuss very important topic with ChatGPT, the secret to build lasting habits. So let's get started. Hey ChatGPT, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm good. Today I discuss a very important topic with you, ChatGPT, that is the secret to building lasting habits. So my first question is what exactly is a habit and why it is so powerful in shaping our daily lives?
That's a fantastic question to kick off with. A habit is essentially a behavior that we perform automatically, usually as a result of repeated practice. It's powerful because it shapes a significant part of our daily life without us even having to think about it. Good habits can lead to positive outcomes, while bad habits can hold us back. So, understanding them is key.
Okay, that's great. Why do most people struggle to stick on new habits even when they are motivated?
That's a really common challenge. Even with motivation, people struggle with new habits because our brains are wired to seek efficiency and comfort. New habits require conscious effort and repetition, which can be mentally taxing. Plus, we're often dealing with old habits that are deeply ingrained. So it takes time and consistency to form new ones.
Okay, do you think willpower alone is enough to build lasting habits? Why or why not?
Willpower is definitely helpful, but it usually isn't enough on its own. Willpower can be like a muscle that can get fatigued, especially if we're trying to make a lot of changes at once. To build lasting habits, it's often more effective to create an environment that supports the habit, set up small, achievable steps, and have some accountability or support. Combining all these factors makes it a lot easier to stick with those new habits.
Okay, what role does consistency play in making a habit stick?
Consistency is absolutely crucial. It's like the glue that holds a habit together. When we repeat a behavior consistently, our brain starts to automate it, making it feel more natural and less effortful over time. The more consistent we are, the more likely the habit is to stick and become a permanent part of our routine.
Okay, how important is starting small when building a new habit?
Starting small is one of the most effective strategies for building new habits. It helps reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed and makes it easier to get started. When the initial commitment is tiny, it's easier to follow through, and that sense of accomplishment can build momentum over time. You can gradually increase the difficulty, and it becomes a natural part of your routine without feeling like a huge burden.
Okay, nice. What are some common mistakes people make when trying to create new habits?
There are quite a few common pitfalls. One is setting goals that are too big or too vague, which can make it hard to maintain consistency. Another mistake is not having a clear trigger or cue for the habit, which makes it easy to forget. People also often underestimate the time it takes to form a habit and give up too soon. And lastly, not having a support system or accountability can make it harder to stay on track. Avoiding these mistakes can definitely boost your success.
Okay, do rewards or celebrations play a role in making habits last longer?
Absolutely, they do. Rewards and celebrations are great for reinforcing a habit because they give your brain a positive signal that the behavior is worthwhile. Over time, this positive reinforcement makes it easier to stick with the habit. Celebrating small wins can also keep you motivated and make the process more enjoyable. So, definitely, adding a little celebration can go a long way.
Okay, nice.
I'm glad
How
you
do
found
triggers or cues help in reminding us to follow through with a habit?
triggers or cues are super helpful because they act as a prompt for the habit. They can be something in your environment, like seeing your running shoes, remind you to go for a jog, or a specific time of day, like brushing your teeth after breakfast. These cues help your brain to automatically associate the trigger with the habit, making it easier to remember and follow through. It's like having a little nudge that keeps you on track.
Okay, nice. What's the first step to breaking a bad habit that feels impossible to quit?
The first step is usually to become aware of the habit and the triggers that lead to it. Once you're aware, you can try to replace the bad habit with a healthier alternative rather than just trying to quit cold turkey. It also helps to start with small changes and be patient with yourself. Having a support system and tracking your progress can also make a big difference.
Okay, how can we replace a bad habit with a good one instead of just trying to stop?
A great way to replace a bad habit is to identify the underlying need or craving that the habit satisfies, and then find a healthier behavior that meets that same need. For example, if you tend to snack when you're stressed, you could replace that habit with a relaxing activity like taking a short walk, or practicing deep breathing. It also helps to make the new habit as easy and enjoyable as possible, and to gradually build up so it feels natural. Over time, the new habit can replace the old one.
Okay, do you think environment and social circles affect our habits? How?
Absolutely. Environment and social cycles play a huge role in shaping our habits. Our environment can either make it easier or harder to stick to certain behaviors. For instance, having healthy foods readily available makes it easier to eat well, and having a clutter-free workspace can boost productivity. Social circles also influence us a lot because we tend to mimic the behaviors of those around us. Being around people who have positive habits can inspire us to adopt similar ones and vice versa. So creating a supportive environment and surrounding yourself with people who encourage the habits you want to build
Okay,
can
that's
make a big
great.
difference.
Uh, how can we stay motivated when progress feels slow?
Staying motivated when progress is slow can definitely be challenging, but a few strategies can help. First, break your larger goal into smaller, more manageable milestones, so you can celebrate those small wins along the way. Also, keep track of your progress, even if it feels tiny, because seeing how far you've come can boost your morale. Surround yourself with positive reinforcement, whether it's from supportive friends or even a little self praise. And remember that consistency is key. So trust the process and be kind to yourself along the journey.
Okay, what mindset shifts are necessary for turning habits into a lifestyle?
A few key mindset shifts can make a big difference. At first, embrace the idea of progress over perfection, understanding that small, consistent steps add up over time. Also, shift your focus from the outcome to the process, enjoying the journey rather than just the end goal. It helps to cultivate patience and self compassion, recognizing that setbacks are part of the process. Lastly, adopt a growth mindset, believing that your abilities can improve with effort and time. These shifts can really help in making habits stick for a long haul.
Okay, great. If someone fails and breaks their habit streak, how should they get back on track?
The key is to be gentle with yourself and not let one slip up derail your entire progress. The first step is to acknowledge it without self criticism and then refocus on your intention. Helps to get back on track as soon as possible, even if it's just a small action. Also, reflect on what caused the break and adjust your plan if needed. Consistency is about the long term, so each small step counts, and the sooner you get back into the groove, the easier it becomes.
How long does it usually take for a habit to become natural?
It can vary quite a bit depending on the person and the habit, but a common idea is that it takes about 21 to 66 days for a habit to become automatic. The exact time frame depends on the complexity of the habit and individual differences. The key is consistency and patience, and over time, the habit will feel more natural and more effortless.
Is it better to focus on one habit at a time or many at once?
Generally, it's more effective to focus on one habit at a time, especially if it's a significant change. This way, you can give it your full attention and energy, which increases the chances of success. Once that habit feels stable and automatic, you can then add another one. Trying to build multiple habits at once can sometimes lead to overwhelm and make it harder to maintain consistency. So one at a time tends to work best.
Can writing down goals or habits make them easier to follow?
Absolutely. Writing down your goals or habits can really help solidify your commitment and keep you accountable. It also makes your goals more tangible and gives you a clear reference to track your progress. As the act of writing can help clarify your thoughts and reinforce your intentions. It's a simple but powerful tool.
Okay, thank you so much, ChatGPT, for sharing your valuable thoughts. I'm sure our viewers will also learn from our discussion. Uh, so, Allah Hafiz, take care, goodbye.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad you found it helpful. Take care and goodbye. Looking forward to our next chat. Allah Hafiz.